Hi, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the employee retention tax credit and something special called a recovery startup business. So we've talked a little bit about the ways that you can qualify for the ERC and what a fantastic program it is and how people are getting lots of money back. But there is a special rule that came out with the IRS Bulletin 2021-49. And what they talk about is something called the recovery startup business. And if you have a recovery startup business, this will just automatically qualify you to get the ERC in third and fourth quarter of 2021. And what we've been finding is most of our clients have been qualifying through the partial suspension. And for most states, that ended in second quarter of 2021 because most states reopened and there were no more restrictions by law, which is required to have a partial suspension. So what happens to third and fourth quarter of 2021? We'd like to take advantage of this program. Well, in third quarter to qualify, if you didn't have a partial suspension, we're going to have to go back to qualifying by a reduction in gross receipts. However, if you're a recovery startup business, then you can qualify for ERC in third and fourth quarter without a partial suspension and without a reduction in gross receipts. This is very exciting. So there's a limit on the amount of ERC you can get. The maximum for a business is $50,000 per quarter for third and fourth quarter of 2021. And you have to be a recovery startup business. And that simply means you began the trader business after February the 15th, 2020, and the average annual gross receipts of the employer, as determined under the rules similar to the rules of Section 448C3 of the Code, for the taxable period ending in the taxable year preceding the calendar quarter, your gross receipts do not exceed $1 million. So let's say you started up your business and after February 15th, 2020, let's simplify it. You didn't make $1 million in gross receipts, you qualify. And that can be up to $50,000 per quarter. That's a check handed back to you. Again, it's 70% of each employee's wages, and that includes employer paid health insurance, up to a maximum of $10,000 in wages per employee. But it's maxed out on the recovery startup business at $50,000 per quarter. So I just wanted to touch on this. If you are a recovery startup business or you started in business after February 15th, 2020, you are not out of luck. You've got something extra coming to you. So if you want to know more about the ERC and how the recovery startup business rules apply to you, just call me or email me and we can set up an appointment. Thanks so much. I'm an enrolled agent, Michelle Koppel.